Okay, good afternoon to all. Here we try to find out the means critical path for this particular project. Means one project there is some activity as mentioned here A to L, and with respective time is provided here. Okay, 13, 5, 8, whatever the time is needed that provided, as well as the preceding relationship is the given. In last lecture there directly they mention 1 to 3, 1 to 4 like that, so you can easily make the network diagram. Now here A, B, C, D, E as well as the means that is the activity, and with respect to that there is the preceding relationship is given, and you need to make a network diagram. That is some means difficult compared to previous sum. So I try to make the network diagram for this particular activity quickly. Okay, so here you can see first you need to make activity A, B, C, D, E, all activity are the given. Okay, just wait, I take a pen. Okay, so here first you need to draw the activity A. Okay, that is the independent activity. So here you can directly draw, like this is the starting point, and I generally use the activity on arrow. Okay, that is means there we easily represent the starting and the ending point of each activity. So this is the activity A. You can write here on the arrow, and the duration you need to write here, that is the 30 for this particular activity. Okay, now one more activity, that is the activity B. This activity also independent, so you can start here, and the duration is 5. Okay, now the next activity C, and you can see for activity C the duration is 8, and the preceding relationship with A means A must be complete, then you are going to start the activity C. So I started here, A completed here. Okay, so I can start the C here like that. So this is the activity C, and with respect to time is 8 as mentioned. Okay, now activity D. For activity D, time duration is 10, so just write down 10. Okay, you can, because A is the preceding relationship for D, means A must be complete, then you must start the D. Okay, now if I talking about the activity E, activity A, for activity E preceding relationship is A. Now think logically, activity E, the starting point is this particular point activity A, so you can draw here, no issue. This is the activity E. Okay, and for activity E the time duration is 9. Okay, okay, so according to mention here, you can you draw the activity E, and we draw here. Now the next thing, activity F. For activity F, B is the preceding relationship. Okay, and try to make this EF ending at a one particular node, so there we can start the activity I. Okay, so here we completed A, B, C, D, E also, and F also, and try to make this particular thing into one particular node, so we can easily make the activity I. Okay, activity I. So here I can write here F, and with respect to time 7. Okay, now next activity G. For activity G, C is the preceding relation, and G not play as a preceding for any other activity. So here you can draw the ending node directly, and there directly you can meet your G. You can draw like this. Just wait. This is the activity G, and the duration for activity G is 7 as mentioned. So G is completed. Now if I talking about the activity H, there is the 12 is the time duration and the preceding relationship with D. So here D is completed here suppose, and you're gonna start the activity H and you will meet that activity H, because H is not play as a preceding relationship for any other activity, and the duration for H is 12. Okay, so I write here 12. Okay, so H is completed. Now by talking about the activity I, for activity I, activity I, 8 is the duration and EF both are the play as a preceding relationship. So that's why I draw the means like that, EF meet at a one particular node and I does not play as a preceding relationship, so you can directly draw like that. This is the activity I, and the duration of activity I is 8 as mentioned here. Okay, now I is done. The next activity is J. The next activity is the J. Just wait. So activity J, for activity J, B is the preceding relationship, means B must be completed, then you can start the activity J. So okay, here B is completed, now you can start the activity J. And what is the time duration needed? That is the 9. Okay, now for activity K, J must be complete, so this is the activity K. J is completed here, you can start the activity K, and with respective time is 4 for the activity K. Okay, now activity L, for activity L, E, F, K, E, F and K, 3 activity play as a preceding relationship. Okay, so I just make activity L like that. This is the activity L. Okay, and now it is shows like that, L17 is the duration. It shows like that ki activity L, for activity L, K only is the preceding relationship. So how I will show the preceding relationship EF means with the L. Okay, for L activity, the preceding relation with E and F, EF must be complete, then only you can start the activity L. So here you need to put one dummy activity. Okay, now this dummy will represent like that. Okay, it is like that. Okay, so this is the dummy activity. Actually I am able to write here. Okay, I write here possible. So this is the dummy activity, and this dummy activity means just for the showing the preceding relationship here. Okay, so it is represent like that ki if activity L, for activity L, K, F, E, all three are playing as a preceding relationship. Okay, now I try to find out all the path available in this network diagram, and with respect to time I try to determine as we do in the previous video. Okay, so in previous our lecture also. Okay, so according to that we need to find out all the path duration, and the maximum path duration, or you can say the longest path, will show you the critical path, and that show you the minimum time duration for your project. So I try to complete. Just wait. Okay, so here we calculated the all path length. Okay, so you can easily see for means each path we calculated how much length is needed. Okay, so if you see the 1, 2, 4, 9, that is the one path. Okay, so that also you can follow 1 2 4 9. Okay, there one more path available, that is the 1 2 5 9. There one more path 1 2 6 9, 1 3 6 9, 1 3 7 8 9, 1 3 6 8 9, like that many paths is available. So with respect to that, you can calculate the means length of the path. Okay, so if I talking about the 1 2 4 9, okay, so there you need to add 13, this 13 plus 8 plus 7. Okay, so what will be the value? 28 will. So there is the one more path, that is the 1 2 6 8 9. Okay, so just wait. So here you can easily see 1 to 2, 2 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 9. If I add all this value, means with respect to these activities, okay, so 1 to 2, what will be the 13, then 9, okay, then plus 0 plus 17, that is equal to 39 weeks. That is the longest path available in this network, and longest path is nothing but the critical path, as we know. So this is the critical path of our network, and how to represent the critical path? By use of the double line. So I try to represent 1 to 2 as a critical path, 2 to 6, 6 to 9, and 8 to 6 to 8 and 8 to 9. Okay, so this is the critical path of our this project. So you need to more focus on this particular activity A, activity E, and activity L. Activity this 6 to 8 is the dummy activity, but it's come into the critical path, but this is not an activity. Okay, so here these three activities are the very critical to complete your project on time. Okay, so this 39 week is the minimum time duration you need to complete your project. Okay, so if you not complete this path, means 1 to 3, 7 to 8, 8 to 9 related activity on time, then it will be means instead of 35 week, your this activity will be complete 36, 37 week. It will not impact to your project, because your project completion time is 39 week. Okay, so according to that, we need to focus more on the critical path activity. And how to find out the early start, late start, early finish, late finish for each activity, that already we discussed in the previous sum. So this for the means for how to make a network diagram and how to find out the critical path in any network, for that I make this particular class. Thank you very much for attending this class. Thanks.